Manual, we set up various benefit plans. We using benefit plans, we create benefit programs, and we assign these benefit programs to different employees, and we enroll depending upon the what employees' interest. We enroll them into various benefit plans of the benefit program. Okay, so and in the case of benefit administration, most of the manual things related to base benefits are automated.
Okay.
Then e-benefits is a self-service functionality related to benefits. Using e-benefits, employees can log into the system and they can review their current benefits information. And if they are undergoing any lifestyle changes like getting blessed with a baby or getting married, they can review their benefits information and they can update their benefits information. Say if the employee is getting married, then immediately they want to include their spouse in the organization provided health insurance.
Correct.
Or they want to update their nominee details in life insurance plans or pension plans. Or if they are getting blessed with a baby, they want to include the new family member in the organization provided health insurance plan. So all these things we can do it through e-benefits.
Okay.
So, and to take care of payroll processing, Peoplesoft provides 3 different modules. One is NA payroll, catering to the requirements of USA and Canada. The other one is global payroll, catering to the requirements of remaining countries. Okay. So if you want to implement payroll just for the sake of USA and Canada, if your organization is confined to US and Canada, and if you want to process a payroll, then you can use NA payroll, North American payroll.
Okay, for US and Canada, it's NA payroll. Okay.
Okay, and if for other countries, we can use global payroll.
Okay, so that can be customized for any countries.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can use it for any country. In fact, including US also, you can. For US also, you can use global payroll.
Okay, so that's called global payroll or local payroll?
Global.
Okay, sorry.
Global payroll. Okay, global payroll is for all remaining countries, whereas NA payroll is specific to US and Canada. You can use NA, North American payroll, only for US and Canada.
I understand.
Okay. And in fact, global payroll comes out with around 20 country extensions. Peoplesoft provides certain country-specific functionalities in terms of 20 countries, including India, US, and most of the developed countries like Australia, UK, Belgium, Hong Kong, Singapore, China, Thailand, and so on. Okay, so global payroll is got around 20 country extensions. Say if you take India, we have got certain Indian specific components like say what LTA, medical allowance, okay, provident fund. These are specific to Indian payroll only. Leave travel allowance, provident fund, okay. What is it? Medical. Medical insurance is part of. We can deduct medical insurance from our taxable income. So Peoplesoft provides certain components related to this functionality.
I understand. Yeah.
It's under Indian payroll extension. Okay, so in a similar way, Peoplesoft provides certain functionality related to around 20 countries in global payroll.
Okay.
Then apart from this, Peoplesoft provides a payroll interface. Sometimes some organizations will be using core HR, Peoplesoft core HR, and a third-party payroll system. They will outsource payroll to a third party like ADP.
Correct.
Right. So in that case, you can exchange data in between your core HR and third-party payroll system using payroll interface.
Okay.
So, and in fact, Peoplesoft provides a specific version of payroll interface just for the sake of ADP, because ADP is the leading vendor providing this payroll services. So Peoplesoft provides a specific version just for the sake of ADP. We call it as ADP payroll interface.
Okay. ADP payroll interface. Okay.
And apart from this, we have got a small module related to ePay. ePay is a self-service functionality related to payroll, and using ePay, employees can review their pay slips. They can review their W2 forms, and they can W2 and W4, and they can what else? Yeah, mostly reviewing pay slips and W2 and W4. Okay. In fact, Peoplesoft provides a lot of small modules starting with letter E, ePay, e-benefits, e-compensation, e-profile, e-profile manager desktop, and so on. So most of the E modules falls under either employee self-service or manager self-service. Okay. You might have heard about ESS and MSS. In short, we call it as ESS, employee self-service or manager self-service. So most of the E modules functionality excuse me, falls under either ESS or MSS. Okay. So using ESS, employees can log into the system and they can view their own information, and if required, they can update their own information, or they can raise a request to update their own information. Say like updating employees' email ID, address, phone numbers, dependent data, and so on. Reviewing their own benefits information, or pay slips, W2s, W4, all this falls under or logging into the system and raising a leave request or training request, and so on. All this falls under ESS, employee service. Okay. And a manager can review their subordinates information, and if required, he can update or he can approve or reject employees requests. Okay, that falls under MSS, manager self-service. Okay, so most of the E modules functionality falls under either ESS or MSS. Okay, so E benefits related to benefits functionality is an ESS module. Okay, in the same way, ePay is also part of ESS, employee self-service. So Peoplesoft provides in general three major modules from payroll perspective. So that is the first one is NA payroll, North American payroll, catering to the requirements of US and Canada, and the second one is global payroll, catering to the requirements of all other countries. Third one is payroll interface. Okay, and Peoplesoft provides a ADP specific version related to payroll interface, which we call it as ADP payroll interface, and other small modules related to ePay. Okay, and then Peoplesoft provides another module called time and labor to take care of this time in and time out. Basically, whenever employees come to the office, generally they swipe in, and whenever they are going out of the office, they swipe out. So timesheet management system in general. So time and labor is timesheet management system, but in fact it will do a lot of other things also. So using time and labor module, we can define the schedules, we can assign schedules to employees. Employees can punch in and punch out. Basically, they can enter their time in and time out. In fact, most of the employees or most of the organizations will be using time collection devices. So whenever we go to office, we swipe in using our swiping card. Whenever we are going out of the office, we swipe out. So generally, the time collection devices will be capturing this time in and time out, and time and labor will be integrated with time collection devices, so that this data collected by time collection devices will be automatically updated to or uploaded to Peoplesoft time and labor. Okay. Then Peoplesoft delivers a time administration process, which is the core of our time and labor module. So if we run the time administration process, that process will convert the reported time into payable time.
Okay. Reported
Okay,
time.
time into payable time. So an employee, two employees, a software engineer, it's an IT company, a software engineer as well as a project manager, both are reporting is around 55 hours of working in a week. So whether they are supposed to be paid 55 hours for that week, it depends upon the organization rules. Whether for example, as per the organization policy, a software engineer is eligible for OT for if he is working anything more than 40 hours in a week.
Correct.
Okay. He is eligible for 40 hours. He is eligible for overtime
No.
if he is working. Pardon me?
No, I'm saying no. Basically 40 hours.
Yeah, so anything above 40 hours as per the organization policy, if the employee is working for anything more than 40 hours, then those extra hours will be paid at the rate of 1.5 times the normal rate, overtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But whereas project managers are not eligible for that. So it doesn't matter whether they are working for 50 hours or 60 hours or 40 hours. They are supposed to work for 40 hours. If they are working for overtime, anything more than 40 hours, they are not eligible for overtime. That's about organizational policy. Okay. So in this case, a software engineer as well as project manager, both of them are reporting 55 hours. So whenever you admin time, whenever you process their time using time admin process, that will convert this 50 hours of reported time into 40 hours of 40 hours of normal time at normal rate plus 15 hours of overtime, which is paid at the rate of 1.5 times the normal rate for software engineer.
Okay.
Whereas in the case of project manager, he reported 55 hours, but whenever you process the time admin, whenever you apply the time administration process on this 55 hours, the output will be 40 hours of payable time at normal rate. Okay. So for time administration process, the reported time will be input, the output will be payable time.
Okay.
So we capture all these organizational policies in terms of rules. We call them as rules. So we set up rules based on organizational policies. Say if an employee is software engineer, if he belongs to so and so grade, then if any of these employees are reporting anything above 40, pay them OT for those extra hours above 40. So this will be captured in the form of a rule in time and labor. If the employee is a project manager, if his grade belongs to say PM, then anything above 40, the payable time will be 0. He will be paid only for 40 hours in a week. So yeah, we capture this in the form of a rule, and whenever you run the time administration process, that will take all reported time and apply these rules, and it will calculate the payable time, and this payable time will be the input to your payroll.
Okay.
So time on labor will facilitate creation of schedules. It will facilitate reporting time, and it will, whenever you run the time administration process, it will convert reported time into payable time. Okay. Time on labor. And then Peoplesoft provides a lot of other modules like pension administration to take care of pension processing, to manage pensions. Peoplesoft provides e-performance to take care of appraisal mechanism in your organization. Performance appraisals every year or once in 6 months, organizations will be doing performance appraisal evaluation. So that can be automated using e-performance module. Okay. And Peoplesoft provides another module called stock administration to take care of ESOPs, employee stock option plans. Okay, and it provides one more module called absence management to take care of absences. Okay, so there are in fact I can say 7 to 8 major modules and around half a dozen minor modules like your e-benefits, e-pay, e-compensation, manager desktop, e-profile, and so on. Okay, but excuse me, but core HR, benefits, and payroll, these are the most widely implemented modules. In fact, 80% of the implementations are on core HR, benefits, and payroll.
Okay.
Stock administration, pension administration are very rarely used, and time and labor, even absence management, e-performance are also very rare. In fact, organizations will start with what core HR, benefits, and payroll. So 80% of the implementations are on these modules. So this is, if you don't have any, prior exposure, then I will advise you to start with these three things: core HR, benefits, and payroll.
Okay.
Because in fact, if you take, people books are the help files, are the only documentation or only literature available from Peoplesoft HR perspective. We don't have any other thing, any other literature available in the market, to be frank, except the people books provided by Peoplesoft. Okay, if you take the
I'm sorry to interrupt. You're saying literature are available only on core HR, benefits, and payroll.
No, what I'm saying, the only literature available from on Peoplesoft is whatever is provided by Peoplesoft or Oracle in terms of people books.
Okay.
So if you take the printout of all these people books, all these modules, HR modules provided by Peoplesoft, they will go way beyond 25,000 pages.
Okay.
So to be frank, it's not practicable to cover all these modules. In fact, you see, although people are having dozen years of experience in Peoplesoft HR, they will confine themselves to hardly 3 to 4 modules. It's more, not more than that, very rare. Okay, so and as I said earlier, 80% of the implementations are on core HR, benefits, and payroll.
Okay.
So what my advice is basically to start with what core HR, benefits, and payroll. Okay, and that itself will take, in fact, around 50 to 60 hours, or sometimes it might go up to 70 hours. It depends. It depends upon the what. If you have prior exposure to, either HR or Peoplesoft other modules like what financials or CRM, then it's quite easy. Or if you have prior exposure to HR operations, then it's a bit easy. Okay, but in general, it takes a minimum of 50 hours, 50 to 60 hours. Okay, so most of the times, in fact, most of the people will be going for these three things: core HR, base benefits, and payroll. Okay, so generally I cover this as a course. So in this course, I will be completing. I'll be discussing about Peoplesoft HR application fundamentals, core HR, base benefits, e-benefits, North American payroll, and e-pay. Okay. So as I said earlier, it will take around 50 to 60 hours. Every day it will be around 1 hour 15 minutes class. An average 1 hour 15 minutes. It will be ranging in between 1 hour and 1 hour 30 minutes. So an average 1 hour 15 minutes, and we'll try to complete it in say 6 weeks. But depending upon the holidays falling in between, it might go up to 8 weeks. Okay, and in general I'll be taking you through the system. Okay, and I advise you to get PeopleSoft installed on your laptop or desktop, whatever it may be, and if possible, I mean, I will be providing you the navigation, and if you want, you can do hands-on on your own. I'll be guiding, and I'll be explaining the functionality, and I will share most of the Word PPTs and Word documents which I use as part of this training. Okay. So in general, it's 5 days a week, and if you feel we are lagging behind, then we'll try to have it on weekends also sometimes.
Okay. Understand.
Okay. So let's start with, I mean, some. I will give you some brief exposure to PeopleSoft.
Okay. I mean, what is the version that you will be teaching?
Yeah, right now we are using 9.1. PeopleSoft HR application version, current version is 9.2, which got released almost 2-3 months back. 9.2 got released 3 months back, and organizations are yet to implement it. So most of the companies or clients are either on 9.1 or 9.0. Some of them are on even 8.9 also. But to be frank, from this perspective, I mean, from this training perspective, it doesn't matter. Even 8.8 also, because functionality is almost similar. Okay, only I mean minor changes. So from this training perspective, it doesn't matter. But I will be doing it 9.1, and if possible, I mean, if you get 9.2, well and good, I will try to do it 9.2. But except look and feel, there are not, I mean, major changes.
Okay.
So this is your home page. Whenever you log into the PeopleSoft, system will show you this, and depending upon your access profile, you will be seeing only few menus here. We call it as menu. So these are the different menu items. Depending upon your access profile, you might be seeing only 3-4 menu items here. Say for example, you are working in core HR, then there is no point in displaying payroll for NA payroll or time on labor or stocks and compensation information.
Correct.
Okay, so the concerned security administrator won't give access to all these menus, because I'm using a demo database and I'm using the super user ID, so system is displaying everything. But in real time, at max, you'll be seeing half a dozen menu items.
Okay.
Then, whenever a person joins the organization, on the first day, he is supposed to fill up an application form providing his personal details. Okay, so
Correct.
we use this personal data component. HR department will use this personal data component to capture employee personal details. Except employee self-service functionality, all remaining functionality offered by PeopleSoft is intended for HR department only. So only HR persons will be having access to all these modules. So whenever we are hiring a person, we will be capturing that person's personal data. So this is where we capture or we enter that information. Okay. So first of all, capture the name. What is the prefix? What is the first name? What is the middle name? What is the last name? What is the suffix?
Yeah.
Then, what is the date of birth? Every date field in Peoplesoft will be having a small icon next to it. Click on that, system will open a pop-up window and it will display the current date, and you can select the date whatever you want, or otherwise if you want you can enter date manually into this field. Okay. What is the birth country? What is the birth state? What is the birth location? What is the gender? What is the highest education level? What is the marital status? Yes. Any questions? Pardon me?
No, I'm saying these are
Yeah, pretty. But I mean, my intention is how to configure. We can configure most of these things. You see, tomorrow you want to add one more value, option value to this highest education level.
Yeah.
Okay. How to do that? Okay, that's my intention. So first of all, I will give you a brief overview. Then we'll see how to customize or configure this.
Okay.
So, what is the marital status and what is the national ID? So, in the case of USA, generally we will be capturing social security number. Say, in the case of India, we might be capturing either permanent account number or ration card number, or nowadays you got Aadhaar card number or voter card number and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, and here we capture employee address, different types of addresses. Home address, okay. Click on address details, okay, and you can specify the address.
Okay.
And country is USA, and the address format contains 3 address lines: city, state, postal, and county. The country is, say, what? India. Address format changes. In the case of India, we have got 4 address lines: city, pin code, and state. Pin code is specific to India. Okay. Pin code and state. Earlier for US there was no pin code, and there were only 3 address lines. Now we have got 4th address line also. There was no pin code, and there was a extra field for counting. That's about US address format. This is Indian address format. This is Australian address format. So your address format changes with country, and depending, I mean, if you want, you can configure your address formats. We'll see it. We will see later how to configure these address formats.
Okay. Understood. So basically the configuration is the functional consultant's role, you'll see.
Yeah, Peoplesoft, you say, Peoplesoft provides certain functionality, but whenever you implement Peoplesoft to your organization, Peoplesoft provides, a business process, and whenever you implement Peoplesoft to your organization, there might be, you do a kind of fit gap analysis. You see, your organization's business process might not be same as Peoplesoft delivered business process.
Correct.
Okay. So in that case, you do fit gap analysis and you try to fill this gap. Okay. So one way of filling this gap is basically using Peoplesoft delivered functionality. Or otherwise, the other way is customizing Peoplesoft delivered functionality.
Correct.
Okay, so it depends. You see, most of the time the business process provided by Peoplesoft is superior when compared to most of the organization's business process, because Peoplesoft, whenever Peoplesoft comes out with a business process, generally they will review the business process followed by the most of the organizations, and they will try to provide the best business process. But sometimes organization's business process might be somewhat different, and they want to continue in that way. So in that case, we need to customize Peoplesoft delivered business process to suit your requirements.
Correct.
Okay. So as a functional consultant, the very important job is doing fit gap analysis. So for doing fit gap analysis is nothing but what is organization's business process and what is delivered by Peoplesoft, and how to fill that gap. So that is the cream of Peoplesoft HR functional consultants role.
Okay.
But for doing that, you need to have thorough understanding of Peoplesoft delivered functionality. Without that, unless until you know what is offered by Peoplesoft, you can't do a fit gap analysis. Basically, for doing fit gap analysis, you need to have thorough understanding of Peoplesoft delivered functionality, and you need to understand concerned organization's business process, and you need to compare these two things and come out with what are the differences, what is the fit and what is the gap.
Okay. So to PPS, Peoplesoft delivered functionality versus what the customer requires. Okay. Yeah.
Pardon me, Peru?
No, I'm saying Peoplesoft delivered functionality. That's what client is looking for, or their organizational functionality or rules, policy, whatever.
Yeah, you need to compare as part of fit gap analysis. You need to compare what is their business process and what is offered by Peoplesoft from that perspective, and what is the fit and what is the gap.
Okay.
And
What gap? Okay.
Yeah. So if there is a gap, and how to fill that gap. Okay. So if there is a gap, you can you can either ask the organization to use Peoplesoft delivered functionality. In that case, no need of customization. That's very simple. But most of the organizations won't be interested in doing that. Okay. The other way is customizing Peoplesoft functionality so that it fits to your organization's business process. Or sometimes what we do, we customize Peoplesoft delivered functionality a bit, and we will ask organization to change their business process a bit. So say 50% of customization. If there is a gap, then we will ask the organization to change the business process 50%, and we will customize Peoplesoft delivered functionality 50%. So for that, you need to have thorough understanding of Peoplesoft delivered functionality, basically.
Exactly.
So here, using this page, we can capture address, and we can capture multiple addresses. In fact, billing address, business address, legal address, mailing address, permanent address, and so on. And phone numbers, once again, different types of phone numbers, phone type, phone number, any extension, whether it's the preferred one, and you can enter, you can capture multiple phone numbers. Okay. So this might be main, this might be say home, and so on. And email addresses, once again, multiple email IDs, email type, email address, whether it's a preferred one, and messengers, say Yahoo Messenger, okay, and Google Talk, and so on. And here we capture company specific information, country specific information, say if you are recruiting this employee for your Indian operations, then in India generally we capture what is what religion, what is the blood type, what is the caste. So these are specific to India. Okay, so in PeopleSoft, country specific functionality will be provided under concerned country flag. Okay, if this person is getting recruited for your Indian operations, then you will be capturing this functionality, otherwise you can leave it. So in the case of Italy, you might need this information. In the case of Japan, you might need this information. So this is country specific functionality.
Yeah.
Okay, so in PeopleSoft, country specific functionality will be provided under concerned country flag followed by country name. And then whether you are hiring this person as an employee or contingent worker. Contingent worker is nothing but contractor. Okay. Sometimes you want to capture personal data of some people who are neither employees nor contractors. Say a student is going to do his or her project work in your organization. Okay. So as part of project work, he'll be sitting or working in your organization for next 6 months. So to provide him with some kind of access guard, first of all, you want to capture his or her personal data. So in that case, you'll be using this person of interest.
Okay.
Or say board member of your organization or your company. Board members are neither employees or contractors. So in that case, you can use person of interest.
Yeah.
Okay. So in PeopleSoft terminology, each of these tabs is a page. Okay. In PeopleSoft terminology, each tab is a page. So we have got 4 pages: biographical details, contact information, regional and organizational relationships. And group of pages is called as a component. This is personal data component containing 4 pages.
Okay.
Pardon me, Peru?
I'm sorry. I mean, in the page, each tab is known as page.
Yeah, in PeopleSoft terminology,
It's all components.
in PeopleSoft terminology, each tab is called as a page and group of pages is called as a component. This entire thing is a component. Add a person is a component. This component contains 4 pages.
Oh, okay. The group of pages are called as components. Okay.
Yeah, group of pages is called as a component. So in this case, this component contains 4 pages: biographical details, contact information, regional and organizational relationships. And we now get to this component using this menu structure. Using this menu structure, we navigate to this component, these components using this menu structure.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the menus. Menus contains menu groups. Menu groups contains menus, and whenever you click on a menu, system will display a search page. Okay. And by entering the search criteria, you can navigate to concerned component.
Okay.
Component represents a business transaction. Component represents a business transaction. So this entire thing is a business transaction. We are capturing personal data.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this component contains 4 pages. Okay. And we navigate to component using this menu.
Okay.
So, one second. So using these menus, we now get to the component. The high level object in the menu is a menu group. Menu group contains menus. Menus contains menu items. Menu items contains components. And when you click on a component, system will be displaying a search page. Say in the previous transaction, we are trying to add a person, new person. But if you want to review existing personal data, you use this modify a person. Okay. So this is a search page. So for modifying or for reviewing data, you need to tell the system who is that employee. So this is a search criteria. What is the employee ID? Our name, our last name, our second last name, our alternate character name, our middle name. Say name contains, say Smith. System will show you all those Smiths.
Correct.
All people whose name contains Smith. So select. This is the search criteria and these are the search results. Okay. System will enter the word search criteria and click on search button. System will show you all those rows meeting your search criteria and select any one of these things.
Okay.
System will take you to the concerned component displaying concerned details. Okay. And system will display these search results if and only if your criteria is returning more than one row. If your criteria is returning just one row, say right now I'm entering employee ID begins with so and so, click on search. System will directly take you to the component, because in this case system is not displaying search results because your search criteria is returning just one row. So there is no point in displaying search result because there is no option.
Okay.
So if your search criteria is returning just one row, then system will directly take you to the component. It will display the information directly.
Okay.
So you navigate to the we navigate to the different components using the menu structure. Okay. And whenever you click on the word component, system will display a search page. Okay. And you enter the word search criteria in the search page. Okay. And after entering the search criteria, click on the search button. If your search criteria is returning more than one row, then system will display search results and you select a relevant row, then system will take you to the component displaying concerned person details. If your search criteria is returning just one row, then system won't display search results. System will directly take you to the concerned component.
Okay.
And in fact, we can modify or we can configure most of these things. Say whenever we clicked on add name, system has displayed this one, prefix. We can, depending upon our requirements, if you want, we can add new prefixes or new suffixes. We'll see it how to configure, how to add or delete or how to add new prefixes, suffixes, or how to delete or how to say what hide existing ones.
Okay.
And here we have got this English name format. We have got prefix, first name, middle name, last name, and suffix.
I understand.
Take say Spanish name format. We have got prefix, first name, last name, second last name. We don't have suffix or we don't have middle name. This is a Spanish name format.
Okay.
Say this is Japanese name format. We got last name, first name, alternate character name. Okay. Say tomorrow you are implementing PeopleSoft for an organization which is having operations in, say, some remote country, say Swaziland. So their name format is different. So you can configure, you can create your own name format. Okay. In the same way, say tomorrow we are coming across a new country, so we can add a new country to this country list.
Okay.
Or say tomorrow a new state is getting formed or getting into existing in a particular country. You can add a new state.
I understand.
Okay. And highest education level, I want to add or delete or hide existing ones, or I want to add a new ones. We can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Same is the case with marital status. Okay. And we can configure these national IDs. If you want, you can add a new national ID type for a particular country.
Okay.
And you can capture addresses at various points of time. Say today I might be residing at X location, tomorrow I might be moving to Y location. So you can capture those multiple addresses with different dates.
Okay.
So there is address, say for example, yeah, we'll discuss about effective date later. In fact, entire Peoplesoft runs on effective date. Okay. So this is what address from 1st May 2013 onwards, and if you want to add one more address with a different date, you can click on this place button and you can provide the concerned effective date and country and status, and you can capture the address. Okay.
I understand.
And we can capture multiple addresses with different address types, and if you want, you can add new address types or delete or hide existing address types. In the same way, if you want, you can configure even phone types also. You can add new phone types or delete or hide existing phone types.
Okay.
Same is the case with email types. Same is the case with messengers. Okay. And if you don't have any operations in a particular country, then there is no point in displaying concerned country specific functionality. So depending upon your operation, you can hide different country specific functionalities. Say your organization is confined to North America, you don't have any operations in Australia and Brazil, you can suppress this, you can hide this functionality. We'll see it later.
Yeah.
Okay. And person of interest. So whenever you are capturing a personal data, you specify whether you are going to hire that person as an employee or contractor, or whether that person is a person of interest. Okay. There are different types of POIs. Say external trainee or instructor or other payee, stock board member, and so on. So if you want, you can create new POI types. You can configure even these values also. Okay.
Yes.
So most of the times, as a functional consultant, you are supposed to do functional fit gap analysis, and you are supposed to do these configurations.
Configurations. Okay.
Okay. So say whenever the business process of your organization is different from business process of Peoplesoft delivered functionality, then you need to fill that gap. There is a gap because the business process, the functionality provided by Peoplesoft is different from business process used by your organization. So there is a gap. How to fill that gap? As I said earlier, either organization can change their business process so that they can use Peoplesoft delivered business process. Otherwise, you need to change the a functionality of PeopleSoft so that it is suitable to your organization's business process. Okay.
Correct.
So whenever you want to do that, there are two ways. One is using configurations. So if you can do it using configurations, say what from front end itself, then well and good. A functional consultant will be doing it. Okay. Sometimes things are, you can't do it using configurations. Then in that case, you will take the help of technical developers. Okay. That's basically, technical developers will be using various tools provided by PeopleSoft to change the functionality or to build the functionality.
Okay.
So if you can do it through configurations, well and good. It's quite easy and you'll do it. Otherwise, if you are unable to do it through configurations, then you take the help of technical consultants. You tell them that this is what you are looking for. You create a functional specification document. A functional consultant will come out with a functional specification document. Okay. In that functional specification document, we call it as FSD. In that, you clearly specify what you are looking for. Okay. Based on that, technical developer will modify or build that functionality.
Okay.
So in fact, today I've taken personal data component because this is very known to everyone, so it's quite easy to understand. But things are not that easy, to be frank, because whenever we get into benefits and payroll, things becomes very complex. Especially if you take what in a payroll, we have got various taxes. Say in India, we have got only one. We pay income tax to only central government, but whereas in the case of US, you got income tax at federal level. Even certain states also imposing income tax. Even certain localities also imposing income tax. So whenever we run the payroll, we need to calculate all these things. Okay. And apart from income tax, employees are supposed to pay social security tax and Medicare. And we have got other things like federal unemployment tax, state unemployment tax, FUT and SUT, and state disability insurance, and so on. So whenever we go through payroll, we will discuss all these things.
Okay.
What are the different taxes? Okay. And we'll be applying tax on our taxable income. Say if you are getting around $80,000, we won't be paying tax on $80,000. We can deduct certain things from our gross income. Like in India, in general, you'll be having some standard deductions. Okay. In US, we've got standard deduction, personal exemption, and so on. And once again, what is the standard deduction? What is the personal exemption? Depends upon concerned person's age, gender, and so on.
Correct.
Okay. So we will be discussing all these things. What are the different types of payroll taxes in US. Okay. So we'll be deducting all these personal deduction, standard deduction from gross income to get the taxable income, and we'll be applying taxes on this taxable income. For example, in US, taxation depends upon whether a person is married or single. If a person is married, whether he is filing jointly along with his or her spouse, or filing separately, or whether a person is a head of household. Okay. So we'll go through all these tax rates. Okay. How to calculate taxes. Okay. And what are the different states which are imposing income tax. In fact, except those states in the red color, all remaining states are imposing income tax.
Correct.
Okay. And even certain localities are also imposing income tax. Okay. So apart from income tax, we have got what federal insurance, what is it, Medicare and Social Security. Okay. And we'll discuss about what are the concerned rates of Medicare and Social Security and so on. Give me a second. Hello. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Yeah. Sorry for that. So what are the different Federal Insurance Contribution Act taxes? In fact, Social Security and Medicare is taxed under this act. We call it as FICA. Okay. What are the concerned Social Security and Medicare taxes? What are the upper limits? What is the maximum tax, and so on? And certain types of employees and employers are exempted from these taxes. For example, full-time students are exempted from these taxes. Even government employees are exempted from these taxes. Okay. So who are the different types of employees and employees and employers getting exempted from these taxes and so on? Because whenever we are setting up company in Peoplesoft, we need to capture all that information. Say, whenever we create company, we specify whether employee and employers of that company are getting subjected to or exempted from these taxes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. In fact, I have a call. 45.
Okay, not a problem. Carry on.
I would definitely like to have one quick session with you. I have a few doubts to be asked, and I thought I would ask you. Probably I will coordinate with Srinivas, and I need one more quick session with you, and I have some broader doubts. I will coordinate with him again.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Vasu. Thanks a lot.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time. And I'll talk to you again.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Vasu. Good night. Bye.
Welcome. Bye.